listening to ABC Radio Brisbane and Queensland.
While I was away, Kelly Higgins Devine with you, by the way, one of the tasks I set myself was to tidy up the pantry, something I had been, and it's just really a cupboard, something I had been looking at doing for 6 months. And every time I looked at it, I thought, yeah, I'll do that later. And I finally did it. And the feeling of accomplishment was truly overwhelming. I felt like I needed a parade, Bonnie Black. And another area I know that needs a good going over every now and again is the medicine cabinet. So from littlemissorganised.com.au, Bonnie Black, hello.
Hi, Kelly.
Pantry.
Oh, I'm impressed.
Beauty. A thing of beauty now. Even my daughter came over and went, wow. Yes.
How long's it going to last?
Oh, I reckon maybe a month.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah, once it's tidy,
yeah,
I can keep it tidy. It's just that tidying phase.
Yeah, it kind of becomes bigger than Ben-Hur, that task, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I really don't want to do it, but I really need to because everything's falling over.
That's it. So I got little containers and I got a stack of shelves, and
wow,
it's a thing of beauty.
Yeah.
But it does give you, it's really strange what a sense of accomplishment it can give you to actually look at a cupboard or something and go, I made that look pretty.
It's functional and beautiful.
Yay. So you must get that sense of accomplishment every day.
I do, although I have to admit I've just been thinking about my pantry and I only did it a year ago and I'm already thinking, oh, it's time for a refresher.
Yeah, need to do it again.
Yeah, just things, your food habits change, and so I think it's important to reassess things like that fairly regularly.
But it does give you a better idea of, I know we're going to talk about medicine cupboards in a minute, but it does give you a better idea too of what you've got and what you need to use.
Yes, absolutely. It's really important not to let food expire. And, you know, the average household, I think, wastes about $3,000 worth of food every year. So knowing what's in your pantry is kind of important to make sure that things don't get out of date.
Absolutely. And if you're going to buy it, use it. Exactly. Now, the medicine cabinet.
Yeah.
This is another area that can get a little bit out of control, especially with expired medicines, sunscreens, all sorts of things.
Yes. You know, I only found out a few years ago, probably when I first started Little Miss Organised, that sunscreen actually goes out of date.
Yeah.
As a kid, you just never think about these things. And sunscreen generally shouldn't be used after 2 years from the manufacturer. So check your sunscreen, people.
Yeah, I have been burned because literally? Yes, literally been sunburned because I used old sunscreen.
And you just don't think about it. You kind of think, yeah, sure, it's sunscreen. It'll protect me.
It'll be fine.
It'll last forever. But no.
No, it certainly doesn't. So how often should we be having a look through the medicine cabinet and giving a bit of a tidy up?
I think every time someone in your family gets sick and you need to buy an extra bottle of medicine or you get a prescription for something, that's a really good time to have a quick stock take of what's in your medicine cabinet. And especially this last winter, with it not being super cold, there was a lot of sickness going around. So there was probably 3 or 4 times during the winter in our household that I had to, you know, buy a script for something or add a cough medicine in or something like that. And I just would do a little tidy up, have a quick check of things while I was, you know, putting that bottle in. And that just helps keep things on top of, you just keep on top of things a lot easier. And I think it's like the pantry. If you let it get out of control, then cleaning it up becomes this bigger than Ben-Hur moment and you just avoid it and put it off.
I can't do it too much. Yeah.
But once you stay on top of it, it's actually quite easy.
Well, it's interesting too because when you're talking about when you've had an illness and the things that you go back into your medicine cabinet and you look a little like calamine lotion. Can I throw that one out there? Who doesn't have at least 5 to 10-year-old bottle of calamine lotion sitting in their medicine cabinet?
So true.
I wonder if that's still good.
Yeah. Oh, 99, maybe not.
Maybe not, exactly. And you do look at the dates sometimes on things and think, I've had that a lot longer than I'd have guessed that I'd have had that. I mean, some you go through really fast, but even children's medicines, you got to be really careful, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. My son had a case of conjunctivitis over the winter, and when I added something into the medicine cabinet this week, because my daughter's now sick, I found the eye drops and I thought, I wonder if these are still good. Nope, they were gone in July. So, okay, out they went.
Bang.
You just have to be on top of these things because you do not want to be using expired medications, especially on your kids.
So, Bonnie, how should we store our medicines and first aid items?
Well, I'm a big fan of plastic, clear boxes that are stackable or baskets that are open if you need to reach in and access things really easily. So it all depends what sort of cupboard storage you've got. So for us, we actually store our medicines in our linen cupboard, partially because we don't need medicines every day, so it's an easier spot for us. And my pantry's full of food, so I don't really want medicine in there. But for some people, the pantry's where they put it, and that's totally fine. It's whatever works for you and your family. So I've got a clear plastic container with no lid that's got the kids' stuff in it, and that's the easy grab in the middle of the night when someone's got a temperature, Panadol type thing. And then I've got another box that's open once again with the sunscreen and the repellent and all that kind of thing. And then I've got more of a deeper first aid box that actually does have a lid on it, and that's got bandages and, you know, the eye patches and all those, oh my gosh, we need an ambulance type items in there. So it really just depends on what your usage is for your family.
And what do we do with those expired medicines that we've been talking about?
Well, there are actually charities out there who will take expired medicines and bandages and things like that and reuse them overseas because the laws over there aren't as strict. And a lot of the laws that we have here in Australia, while they're really good to, you know, keep us safe and protect us, they're sometimes on the stricter side of things because drug companies don't want to be sued, obviously, because, you know, our country has become a little bit that way inclined.
Litigious.
Yes, just a little bit. So there are charities out there that will accept expired medications. If you don't know of a charity, you can find one on our website, but also take it to your GP or your local doctor and they'll either pass it on to a charity that they know or they'll have it destroyed properly.
What essentials should we have in a medicine cabinet?
Well, I think if you've got children, the most important stuff is to have a section for your kids' items as well so that you're not trying to look through bottles when, you know, the temperature's going up and the tantrums are happening. So making sure in your kids you've got the children's paracetamol, whatever brand that is that you choose. You know, kids designed Band-Aids because what kid doesn't want a Cars or Princess Band-Aid when they've got a boo-boo?
Exactly. Yes, it matters.
It does matter. Things like Solugel are a great product. They're really, you know, it's clear, it's non-sticky, it doesn't hurt for the kids. So just a couple of key essentials like that if there's any mozzie bites or stingos, that kind of thing for the kids' stuff. And then making sure for the adults you have a separate section where you've got your cough medicines and your Panadols and your anything that's going to, you know, help with the sore throat and that sort of thing as well.
So is the storage of this, other than things that have to be stored in a fridge, is this like a kitchen deal or laundry, bathroom?
I think it really just depends on what location those rooms are for your family because for some people they find that storing it somewhere in the kitchen is the most accessible place for them. In our house, our kitchen's fairly compact and I would never store medicines anywhere that little hands could reach them. So that doesn't really work for us.
Got to be really careful with that.
Do indeed, yes. So our linen cupboard's perfect because it's just down the hallway, but then we keep any medicines that are adult-only medicines in our ensuite. So once again, they're out of the reach of little hands as well.
And the top of the fridge, which I suppose is where most people keep their first aid kits.
A lot of people don't realise how hot the top of the fridge gets. And so when they put wine racks or they put medicine chests up on top of the fridge, they don't realise that it actually makes your sunscreen and your medicines go bad a lot faster. So
Which is not what you want.
No, it's not. So top of the fridge is probably a bit of a no-no.
All right. Well, some good advice there. So get into those medicine cabinets, people. It'll probably take you 10, 15 minutes and make all the difference.
It's a very good feeling.
Yeah. Bonnie Black, thank you so much.
Thanks, Kelly.
Bonnie Black is from littlemissorganised.com.au.